Michael Jordan, famous push-off, get out of my way game. We're going to the NBA Finals. So today's video, or this is like third video today, but I want to talk about offensive off-arms. First off, I'll say in general, you're allowed to do this. It gets whistled arbitrarily, but basketball is an offensive game, and the offensive player is allowed to do this kind of thing for the most part. As you're going to see here, it goes on constantly. It's generally unwhistled. But there are some rules to it, so we're going to be talking about that as well. Here's a clip of Rondo with his vicious off arm. He says, "I'm 6 foot, I'm tiny, but he didn't call foul on me." So I think that off arm really favors littler players. Oh, check this out. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, he's just really whack. Whack. Bam. He literally does this all the time he runs around. Anyways, off arm really favors the littler players. So I think that if a 6 foot guy is going to off arm a 6'4" guy, it's going to look a lot different than if a 6'4" guy off arms a 6 foot guy. So this is a point guard channel for the most part. So for you point guards watching, and this is Tyler Lewis now. The last one was Tony Roden. This is Tyler Lewis when he was playing at Oak Hill Academy. Unathletic, small point guard, but he has a great off arm, and that's why he's able to succeed. Yeah, so it's all relative. So you got to think that referees and everyone wants to protect the small player, and the off arm is one of the ways they do it, because the small player is just super important to the economy of the game. There's only a couple guys under 6 foot in the NBA right now. But if there was none, anyone under 6 foot would lose interest. All right, here's a clip of Tyler throwing a vicious off arm and the other guy getting called a foul for no reason, just because he's bigger, because the little guy is protected by the refs. That's actually the way it works for the most part. Yeah, because, I mean, if I'm under 6 foot and there's no one under 6 foot in the NBA, I'm not going to train, right? And then we lose that economy. And that's the reason why football, or soccer rather, has such a much bigger global economy than a game like basketball, because basketball is majority you need to be huge, really tall to do it. So there's a reason why it's super protected, littler guys, and off arm is one of the ways we're able to do it. So as point guards, we need to practice using our off arm. Here's me throwing a lefty hook to get by a guy for an easy layup. If I don't throw this lefty hook, I'm probably not even getting by him. But who's going to call a foul on this? This guy's bigger than me. Probably got 20 pounds on me. I'm just hooking by him. Alright, here's another one. I got a couple consecutive stiff arms I'm going to show here. I am taking a straight line to the basket. This guy is about to run into me. He is about to foul me. So rather than let him foul me, I'm just going to off-arm him and take the layup, no call, right? The referee is not going to call a foul on the offensive player in this position, because the offensive player is taking a straight line to the basket. The defensive player is initiating contact, and the offensive player is then just extending his arm, really just to protect himself. So as me doing it just to kind of show you that I know how to do this kind of thing, and after that I'm going to show you guys how people train off-arm. So off-arm for dribbling is something that you should train, something you should practice, and there's a lot of ways to practice it. Here's Kyrie Irving working with Michael Lancaster, Impossible Training. And one of the ways these guys simulate using the off arm is through the use of medicine balls or tennis balls or squishy balls or whatever. You know, Kyrie has to bat away that off arm. He's got to do it again with the other hand, and now he can take a shot or whatever. So get tennis balls and get a partner or something like that, and that's a good way to work on off arm. This is more to get your hand up to snatch away a reaching hand or something like that. Me personally, there's a few other things I like to do. Occasionally, I will get in and work with a punching bag. I only do this a couple times a year. And the idea here is really just to go into the bag, or let the bag go into me, and then push rather than going into it. A lot of the way off-arming works is, if you don't already have contact that the defense has kind of brought in on you throw an off arm, then it's just like kind of like throwing a punch, and you're more likely to get called or worse, right? Also work with pillars if I have access to pillars. Just bump into them, throw my body weight, and throw an off arm to push. Here they're working on a seal exercise. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. If you're going to practice dribbling, you should definitely practice off arming. As you can see, it's used at all levels, especially by the premier guards. Michael Jordan, Rajon Rondo, and so forth. And it's just something that you should practice, and it's easy to do. Finally, I like to work with a kickboard a lot because it's really portable, and I'll have teammates help me out. So, I mean, for example, here was a drill we were doing where we have to go by, throw an off arm to create extra space, and then go up for a dunk over a contest, which I missed, but it's really easy. Just grab a kickboard and pack it in my backpack before I go to the gym, and that's a way for me to work on off arm stuff. So, I'll have more videos on this probably over the next year, but this is kind of how I'm feeling about off arms right now. So, hope that was useful for you. This is energy efficient basketball. That's about using less energy to get to the rim via